We all know that the brain is the most important organ in our body. It allows us to interact with the world around us through our eyes and other senses. It allows us to move around, to think and remember things. And it also stops us from doing some dangerous things. Because our brain is so important, we need to keep it protected and safe so that our neurons are happy. So we need to make sure that bad stuff doesn't get into the brain. This is the job of the blood-brain barrier. This barrier is like a wall between the brain, where our neurons are, and our blood. Now, the cells that form the blood vessels in our brain are tightly sealed so nothing can go through. And these seals are called tight junctions. These tight junctions make the barrier really effective at keeping bad things out of the brain. But what it also means is that we can't get good drugs into the brain. Now, what people have been doing is injecting drugs directly into the brain using a needle. The problem with this is that it's invasive. The needle has to go through the skin, the skull, and the brain. Now, I'm working on a way to get drugs into the brain in a completely non-invasive way. We can do this by focusing ultrasound onto the specific region of the brain where we want the drugs to be delivered. And this is completely non-invasive. No need to do anything to the skin or the skull. And in this way, we deliver the drugs exactly where we want them to go. What we first do is inject microbubbles into the bloodstream. These bubbles are very small. They're a similar size to our red blood cells. And we inject our drug at the same time. We then turn the ultrasound on. And the microbubbles, when the ultrasound is on, oscillate. And when they oscillate, the tight seals of the blood vessels open up, allowing our drugs to enter the brain. Now, this is amazing because it means that we can finally deliver drugs into the brain safely. And I've actually discovered that this barrier closes within just 10 minutes, which is fantastic. It means that we can deliver our drugs into the brain and then make sure the barrier closes quickly so that the bad stuff stays outside of the brain. Now, with ultrasound and microbubbles, we can make diseased brains healthy again, finally curing many brain diseases that are currently untreatable. With that, I'd like to thank you for listening to our story, both from our bubbles and our neurons that can finally be happy thanks to drugs being delivered safely into the brain. Thank you.